What is up YouTube, Ace here from Fit2playgames and welcome back to the channel. And today guys, we are going to check out a trailer that I just saw 2 days ago, and guys, it blew my mind away because it is a trailer for a brand new expansion for a beloved MMORPG that I have been playing for the past 6 years, and that is Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. But before we get started, make sure you give me one of these and say, Ace, I enjoy watching trailers of brand new MMORPGs with you. And also, if this is your first time in the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button because that totally helps. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this new trailer. Right over here. Alright, so it says Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, published February 5th, 2021, Friday, 2 days ago. And there's the new logo, Final Fantasy XIV Online Endwalker. The newest expansion of Final Fantasy XIV Online has been announced, and it's called Endwalker. Let's check out the trailer, see what we can see from this so far. I mean, I think my most favorite trailer of all was probably the Shadowbringers. I mean, besides the one that was Final Fantasy Rebirth from the very beginning. So, you know, if you guys are OG players of Final Fantasy XIV, you guys know what I'm talking about. So you guys can see here, that is the Warrior of Light, and that is pretty much the standard. That's the character that you create from the very beginning. If you are brand new to the video game or to this MMORPG, you would have to create a character, and that would be pretty much the Warrior of Light. Depending, you know, that doesn't really matter what job you have or what type of job you have or what type of stats or what kind of race you make, you're still going to be the Warrior of Light. Ooh. We can see Alice battling some dragon over here. I mean, out of all of the characters or supporting characters in the game, Alice and Alpha Nude is probably my 2 favorite twins. Twin brother and a twin sister. They're cool elves, and they're pretty much like second in command when it comes to the Scion of the 7th Dawn, which is pretty cool. And like I'm saying again, for you guys who's familiar and played the very first Final Fantasy Rebirth, then you guys know what I'm talking about. As you guys can see, there was a paladin, and I think the one with the little lasers is, what do you call it? I think that one is a machinist. I haven't actually leveled up that job yet. It's still in a pretty low level, level 55, so there's quite a bit of grinding to do if I decide to level him up. This guy looks like Cecil. I mean, did you guys, his facial feature, saw that facial feature? Long hair, white long hair, reminds me of Cecil from Final Fantasy 3. Or wait, yeah. That was pretty cool. And usually with this brand new expansion, there's going to be a brand new job that we can unlock and pretty much level up. And oh, this is coming out fall 2021. That's pretty exciting. Final Fantasy XIV Online Endwalker. Nice. Let's check out the other information about this. So, what can we expect? The Warrior of Light will face their greatest challenge yet. Okay, most expansions says that, and I wouldn't be surprised. And also, most expansion, like if any of you guys have experience playing any kind of MMORPG, per expansion, there's always a brand new level cap. So let's say, as an example, WoW, or actually Final Fantasy XIV itself, it started off at level 50, and that was the maximum. And then we got another expansion, it increased up to 60 and then increased up to 70. You guys get the gist. And right here, A new expansion means a new scenario questline, and Endwalker's Tale will present a Warrior of Light with what might be the biggest challenge yet. I mean, there was a lot of instances in the game pretty much that presents itself as a super challenge, so I wouldn't be surprised what they have for us, what they have in store for us. You know, Square Enix, you gotta put your everything into this. This is gonna be a big title. So it features the much anticipated climax of the Hydaelyn and Zodiac story. Okay, I'm excited for those. I'm actually excited to get new relic weapons, and presents your heroes with an even greater calamity than ever before. A second advent of the final days. Should all despair, the myriad conflicts that ravage the land cannot be seen as anything but end to life in the source. They'll reveal more would ruin the fun, but suffice to say that it's going to be an epic tale that rewards longtime fans and excite new ones. Oh, and here's a pretty good news. A PlayStation 5 version of Final Fantasy XIV is coming out on April. You know, with the release of the PlayStation 5, they have to somehow be able to integrate Final Fantasy XIV into the PlayStation 5 and eventually create a server dedicated to the PS5 and eventually, you know, get everybody on board on the PS5 system. Pretty much what they did on the PlayStation 3. So I kind of have a bad feeling regarding this, just because, you know, PlayStation 5 right now is not very many. It's really hard to get, especially with the things that's out there. Scalpers, beware. Anyway, you know, it's really hard to get. So for PlayStation 4 players, it'll be even more harder once, you know, that transfer happens, because from what happened from the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 3 players didn't lose their account, but they had to transfer that out to the PlayStation 4, and it was really hard. Too much of a strenuous thing. It's not like an Apple iPhone where you can just type in your email and then your password and you're good to go. Everything will transfer in. No, it's not, because you have to re-download the game. You have to download the latest patch for the PlayStation 5, obviously. And yeah, that's just too much strenuous work. I hope that they find a better way in with the integration and the migration of the accounts from PS4 to the PS5. And what else is there? Okay, this one's not specifically about Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, but it's very cool nonetheless. Yeah, we already know that. The upgraded from PlayStation 4 to PS5 players, and okay, so it will include significantly improved frame rates, faster load times, 4K resolution support, and more. Hydaelyn will never have looked better. Well, that also depends on your internet connection, really. If you have really crappy internet connection, then you won't have that 4K or 4K resolution that you're looking for. That really depends, though. I mean, you know, the internet has come a long way, so, you know, with the better connection nowadays, I mean, right now, I think where I'm at, they're actually serving the brand new, I think it's called AT&T fiber optic, and the fiber optic is supposedly is the fastest that AT&T has in terms of internet service. So that's something to look forward to. Ooh, okay, so forget that. It says here the Sage job will be a wise choice for anyone looking for a new job. Okay, so what does it say about the job? Back to Endwalker, an expansion wouldn't be complete without exciting news about jobs, and Endwalker won't disappoint with the introduction of the newest healer, the Sage. It'll be enjoyable, varied, and capable role with plenty of depth for you to dig into. Here's a taste of what to expect. So let's check that out. Check that one out too. All right, let's see. That's interesting. I have not ooh. Oh, what is that? Flying weaponry? What? Okay, you're a healer and you're also able to somehow combat things. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's totally different from Magics. Oh, he looks pretty cool. All right, that's interesting. I would try out that brand new job. When it comes to new areas, the sky is not the limit. So what on Hydaelyn can you expect from the new areas and expansion? Well, for one thing, they're not all on Hydaelyn. Endwalker will take you to all kinds of amazing new places, from the farthest flung reaches of Hydaelyn to the moon. Yes, the moon. Okay. All right, that sounds so Final Fantasy like anyway. All right, so you can see this different areas or no, darn mouse. Anyway, we get to see the city of Rads at hand. Okay, Rads at hand. Okay, that's what it looks like. Reminds me of Final Fantasy XI a little bit. I think it's the it's not Bastiok. I think it's Wind something. That's the city. Anyway, at long last, we will head to the imperial capital of Garlemald. Okay, so Garlemald is pretty much where the people that actually manufacture magics. That's the capital, and you know, the guys with the little pearls or different types of jewelry on top of their head. Even women have that, and that's kind of like a sign of status maybe. I never really could get what that means, but you know, if any of you guys know what the symbol of those little different jewelries that's attached to the Garlemald army men and women, let me know. I'm thinking that's just, you know, it tells you about your social status in their land. You'll delve into multiple new dungeons. Wow, that looks like that's gonna hurt my head, but nonetheless, that's gonna be an awesome dungeon to kind of join in different instances. That's going to be fun. Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker features multiple new dungeons, each full of new challenges for you to overcome. Not only that, but the trust system has been expanded. Introduced in Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, it allows you to bring NPCs into dungeons with you. Now that is awesome. I actually started doing that, and I started leveling up my NPC members, including Alphino, Alice, and the other supporting characters that you that is part of the Scion of Seventh Dawn. That's gonna be cool. That's kind of like almost like a what do you call it? The Star Wars that Star Wars game that I actually play. God, I have not logged in the game for a while, so now it's SWTOR. It allows you to use NPCs instead of partying up, because you know some people really wants to do solo, and you know the option for soloing is you need a whole party, and this kind of allows you to do that. And the different characters or different supporting characters that you have leveled up and gained trust, they have their own different jobs that they can use. They can be a tank, they can be a healer, you know, DPS. That's gonna be cool for sure. And then Endwalker announced the addition of a fan favorite, Estinian. God, this guy is so awesome. I'm not gonna try and kill that for the people that did not have not played Final Fantasy XIV yet, but he is one of the badass characters that you'll encounter and work with in the game. Estinian is awesome. Roster of allies, something we're sure fans will be excited about. And there's my prediction. The level cap's going up, so long-term players rejoice. Yay! We're going up to level 90. Oh god, that's gonna be a ton of work again. Well, obviously, if you have not played this brand new expansion, this expansion is definitely going to give you a lot of experience for your character, your main character that you use the most, especially the job that you use the most. That would help you level up quicker, which is okay. But then if you have other jobs like I do and you want to level them up to level 92 as well, so you can use them in top tier instances and you know, end game bosses, then you're gonna have to go ahead and grind for that and pretty much do a lot of instances and different types of high level boss fights in order to gain a ton of experience, which is, you know, that's what this is all about. But I still see this as a lot more easier when I used to play Final Fantasy XI. Final Fantasy XI, just, you know, I lost a lot of sleep playing that game just because I want to get every single job to level 75, and that was the max cap back in the day. So anyway, we will leave the past behind. There's new allies raid. A new raid arrives with Endwalker, and it's likely to be one of the best yet, with 24 players facing a host of entirely new challenges. Those are super fun. Like, you have a huge amount of roster players, and it comes with different alliances. So like, if you're from a certain, what's cool about Final Fantasy XIV is that there's different there's multitude amounts of servers, and they compile them together in order to you know, be able to play with each other. Even PC can play with the PlayStation 4. It's kind of cool, really, that way. This one is called the new high difficulty raid Pandemonium. Pandemonium reminds me of Diablo 2, Diablo 3. Gosh, man, this one is going to be brutal. Only the most skilled and coordinated teams will be able to survive the gauntlet. Pandemonium, it will most likely be. Oh, definitely be. You can become a homeowner in Ishgard. So now Ishgard is going to be open for those of you guys who want to invest in a home in Ishgard. Ishgard is such a nice place, depending on where you get your pad, just because Ishgard has been, you know, devastated by dragons. Now, I'm not gonna say any more, because for you guys who have not tried the game and somehow come and watch this video, I don't want you guys, I don't want to give you any spoilers. Meet a new tribe called the Arcasadora. Huh. Endwalker introduces a new beast tribe into the mix, the Arcasadora. They're among the most interesting additions to Hydaelyn in the expansion, and you'll get to learn a lot about them. They're probably brand new character. Maybe you can even make a new character called using these brand new tribe mix. Oh, that's gonna be fun, and lots more. This guy really reminds me of Cecil. Somebody tell me he does not look like Cecil. Tell me. He looks like him. We're just barely scratching the surface of what's coming in Endwalker. There's also new gear and craftable items. Those are always fun to do. Expanded armory chest capacity, new gold saucer content. That's always fun. The new data center travel system, and so much more. If you're excited by the prospect of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, you may be wondering when you can find out more. The answer is just around the corner with the Final Fantasy XIV Digital Fan Festival 2021. I will be attending that, by the way. That is upcoming May 14th to May 15th, 2021. It's virtual, so that's gonna be awesome. It's a fully online event that will be streamed for free. We'll have more details on that down the line, so stay tuned. And there we go, guys. Something to look forward to. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me here today, watching the brand new trailer of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker and finding out new things in regards to this brand new expansion that's coming out, guys. I will try to update you guys when there's a brand new news that I find out, as much as I can with this brand new expansion. And also, if you guys are interested in playing Final Fantasy XIV, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you guys are in a certain server. I will find you. We will party up together and we will play Final Fantasy XIV. Alright guys, thank you again for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Later.